Why play Lux Mid? Well, she is incredibly easy to pick up and do well with, she has very long range, she's a great team fighter, and she has incredibly high burst damage. However, she is squishy with low mobility, and her abilities are all skill shots, so she can struggle against high mobility. Lux's passive is her abilities apply a mark to champion's hit for 6 seconds. She can then basic attack a mark target or use her ultimate on them to detonate the mark, dealing additional damage. Lux's Q is a straight line skill shot which deals damage to the first 2 enemies hit and roots them for a good amount of time. Lux's W is a straight line skill shot which throws out a shield before it comes back to her. This will shield herself and all ally champions it passes through on the way out and on the way back in. If they are shielded twice by the shield coming back in, it will stack with the first shield and refresh the duration. Lux's E is a skill shot which throws out a circle onto the floor which grants sight of the area and slows all enemies within. This circle will automatically detonate after 5 seconds, or it can be recast early to detonate it early, and when detonated it deals a large amount of damage. In addition, as the circle is travelling out, if it's reactivated while travelling, it will detonate automatically upon landing. Lux's ultimate is a very long range straight line skill shot which fires a laser in a direction. This will damage all enemies hit, reveal them, and grant sight of the surrounding area. For combos, your massive burst damage combo is to Q and E into an auto attack. Use your ultimate and detonate your E before the ultimate goes off into a final auto attack. This will have dealt all your abilities damage and proc your passive 3 times. However, during the game you'll often not be able to get in range to auto attack. Therefore, a simple Q into E and ultimate is a great damage combo too. For matchups, Lux does great into immobile mages who she can easily keep bullying with her E. However, she can struggle against mobile assassins who can easily dodge her skill shots and blow her up. For runes, take this. The slow on your E and the root on your Q makes Comet a great choice. For build orders, start Ring and Pots into Ludens and tier 2 boots. After this, a Shadow Flame and Hat are great pickups for more damage, before finishing a build with any of these as needed. However, if you're up against aggressive assassins, instead of Ludens, a Crown can be a great pickup to keep yourself safe. For skill orders, start E then Q then W before maxing E then Q then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Barrier. However, if you're against a more passive laner, Teleport can be a good option too. Starting the game, your main focus of course is going to be on farming hard for maximum gold and experience. And the best way to do this safely is to control the lane through looking for free poke and good trades. Your E leaves a very large circle on the floor, so whenever your opponent goes to farm, throwing an E at them can make it very hard to get out of it in time. And especially after you've got a few levels in this ability, like level 4, 5, 7 and 9, then this ability will absolutely start chunking your opponent and they won't be able to take too many before they have to back. And of course, after you've slowed them with your E, it makes the Q follow-up far easier to land. And if you can mix in auto attacks to detonate your passive alongside all this, you'll quickly have your opponent out of the lane. When looking for trades, you always want to be at your maximum range, and a good trade for you will be landing your Q. This will stop a lot of what your opponent wants to do, keeps you incredibly safe, and guarantees all your damage. And of course, your shield in a trade is incredibly important, just reducing the amount of damage you take while maximizing the damage you deal. Entering the mid game, your bot lane will come mid, which means you need to head to the bot lane for your farm and experience. Lux is not a natural split pusher, so push it out as far as you can safely before grouping with your team for fights and objectives. Entering late game team fights, you're looking to poke with Qs and Es as much as possible before the fight starts. When the fight starts, you want to play the backline carry as you're incredibly squishy. Throw out your shield over as many allies as possible, and either try to land your Q on a backline target you can instantly explode, or if an enemy is diving you, protect yourself with it and blow them up.